Latu. Hey guys. Sorry I'm late. Hey Primpin. Hey Latu. How's everyone? Dang, I can't hear you guys. Trying to get some comments going, guys. How's everyone? How is everyone? The new year is fastly approaching. Agile, agile. Welcome to the live stream. How are you? Welcome. Agile promo. Hello and welcome. Hey, Midget, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Commentary with Latu and I. Oh my gosh. Commentary. I was supposed to share this with you, wasn't I? Hold on. I'm so sorry. I am tripping. Hold on, Latu. What am I thinking? Here it comes. I'm sending it to you right now, buddy. Oh, sorry. Y'all forgive me. Sending it right now, Latu. My apologies. Coming right now. And welcome in, everyone. Here I go, trying to have a live right after I get off of work. Okay, come on in, Latu. Latu's laughing at me. Oh my gosh, Latu, I hope you got that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just jumped on and I'm like, why isn't Latu on there? If you're in there, Latu. Did that work for you, Latu? Hello, everybody. I'm waiting for my guest host to join, and it's totally my fault. I'm sending him his link late. Come on in, Latu. Come on in, Latu. I don't see you backstage. Did you get it, Latu? Welcome everyone in, and we appreciate your patience as we adjust. It is totally my mistake. I'm trying it again, Latu. Welcome, everybody. To mix in be just a moment more. I do apologize for the delay. And this is just going to be a brief open chat, kind of sharing and bouncing ideas off of one another on what our plans are going into 2020. So it'll be just a moment. Apologies. I don't know why this thing is taking so long to open up. I am so sorry, Latu. Please bear with me. Now my email's taking forever to open up. Okay, Latu, I just tried to resend it to you. So I hope it comes over this time. Why is my computer taking so long to load? I don't see you backstage. I'm hoping that you all can hear me just fine. Hi, Laura Marie Bennett. I go promo. We're actually not doing any type of stream or connecting like that, IGO. We are actually just having an open conversation tonight. The two, where you at? There you are. I'm sorry, Latu.
That's all good. I hope I
I'm sorry.
How are
Can you hear me?
you? Yes, I can hear you clear.
Good. You forgot I needed to send you the link.
That's fine.
Can you hear us? Uh-oh. Can y'all hear me? I'm trying to adjust the volume, Latu.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. My volume is up super loud tonight. So welcome to Latu and I commentary with Latu and I's weekly conversation. We are just coming on tonight to 2020 goals, resolutions, aspects, planning, just bouncing ideas off of one another, kind of seeing what direction people are in. Want to give you all some information and get some feedback from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh God, now my notifications want to pop up all loud. So the two, what's new?
Okay, what can I say? We are at 23rd of December on
Right.
Monday. We are going for 2 days. I think it's 2 days to Christmas, right? Oh, it's almost not the 23rd where you are right now. It's basically where I am, 23rd already. And you guys, it's about 4 days, 3 days to Christmas, right? And about 8 days to the New Year. And that's why we decided on this topic. We hope it will be exciting, informative, and it can be something that you can do this new year with new insights and just refreshed ideology. And um, whenever you're ready, then you can start.
I'm having some. Sorry, Ola Joe. I breaking up on your end.
From my end,
It seemed like you were breaking up when you were talking. Primping ain't easy. Can you hear us just fine? From the chat, are we coming through clearly? If you wouldn't mind letting us know, Primping.
hi, Ola Joe, if you can hear me, how are you? Well, it's so nice to see you in here.
Ola Joe, of course you were invited. It's an open chat for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can hear us.
Okay, you can hear us clearly. Okay, great. So maybe it's just coming through that way on my end. Now, did you have any key topics that you wanted to go over with us? We're just be coming closer to the end of the year. Christmas is approaching. Any plans on your end?
Okay, what I wanted us to start with was basically how the New Year's resolution came about. And that was very interesting for me to find out that New Year's resolutions are actually about 4,000 years old. It has been a custom for longer than most of us have been around. And about the New Year's resolution, it actually started um, Babylon, in ancient Babylon, 4,000 years ago, where people had the Akitu, I hope I'm saying that right, the Akitu festival, where, okay, I should probably adjust my volume. Um, so sorry, I
Yeah, Latu Primpin said your volume is low.
I'll be right back, taking care of that. Okay?
We're just gonna bear with him for just a moment, guys, while he adjusts volume. And while he's doing that, I'm just gonna greet you all that are coming in. Welcome to our live stream. Ola Joe, Midget, Primpin ain't easy. Thank you for moderating for us this evening. Let's see. Agile, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Laura Marie Bennett, welcome. Welcome. This is nothing formal. We're just kind of chatting amongst ourselves and with you all. The beginnings, and he a little bit of brief background on how it was people first began to plan New Year's resolutions. Correct?
Yes, that's
Giving
right.
us a little bit of foundation to go off.
I hope it's better now.
It is a little bit better.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear
Uh,
you better now. I can anyway.
Wonderful. So basically, what I was saying is that it has been a custom to make New Year's resolutions every year ever since 4,000 years ago when the Babylonians started with this custom. What they would do is basically their New Year would start on the in March, and that is basically where their crops would be, where the crop rotation would take place. And oh, it's robotic. Oh, who, me or Bendy? The sound or the movie?
And
Bendy.
off. Oh no! Why are we having technical difficulties? I don't know what we should do about that. I don't know, guys.
I'll go out and come back in, Bendy. Hopefully that works.
Okay, you're gonna go out and come back in.
Hmm. That's
Okay.
all I can do.
We apologize, guys. You know how it is with technology, and we're trying new things here. So bear with us. Bear with us. I hope everyone's weekend was well. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope everybody hit their goals as far as their YouTube channels are concerned. Ola Joe, I have to get by your page and visit you. I saw that you were doing a birthday giveaway, I believe. You always have something exciting going on over on your channel, so I have to go visit you. I'm just waiting for the two to come back in. Nothing majorly spectacular on my end. I'm excited. I've just recently hit my 1,000 subscribers, guys. So I'm thankful for that. I appreciate you all that have supported me along the way in that journey. And I'm excited. I'm actually very excited to look forward to 2020. Um, You see me, but my lips aren't moving. Oh my God. Why is StreamYard playing with us and trying to not let us be great? Why is StreamYard playing with us tonight?
I'm back.
They said they can see me, but my lips. Oh, you sound 100% better.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
It must be StreamYard.
I
Oh
guess so
yeah, you
too.
sound way better.
Okay. Yes, it must be StreamYard.
Ola just said she can see me, but my lips moving. I promise you, it's StreamYard. They trying to stop us.
Uh-huh.
Birthday and Christmas giveaway. Okay, we did got a color gel out on Matt tip.
Oh, is she doing a giveaway? Is that a video or a live?
It looked like she put a video up on it. Okay,
Okay.
I should be able to hear you better now, Latu.
All right. So I'll go ahead right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so but where I stopped was I think ancient Babylon 4,000 years ago, where they had their crops, harvesting and stuff in March, and that was basically their new year because that's when the year is starting, where they get their food and stuff, and the crops were growing, yielding pretty well, and they were doing the harvest. It's two videos, says Ola Joe. Thank you for the feedback, Ola Joe. And so basically, what that meant for them was they had to give thanks, and their way of giving thanks was through sacrifices and also making promises to the gods of their time, the gods that provided for them and that basically gave them a bunch of wealth that they could sustain throughout the year and maintain as well for their livelihood. So what these promises was is what we know today as New Year's resolution. So when in our time, March, when they started their new year, basically the rest of the world had their own times of calculating New Year or how to start afresh with a new year or how their days were set apart and when you start again. And basically, this I don't know if you should say it's a belief system or a religion or anything, but this went all the way to Europe, where the ancient Romans, where Julius Caesar was in charge then of doing the calendar, the Roman calendar that we all follow today. I don't know if we follow. I don't know if I should say Roman calendar because I do know there's a Gregorian calendar as well out there. However, the calendar that we follow today was tinkered with, and that new year changed from the Babylonian March to January. And why they changed the Romans, they changed it to January is because they had a god that they believed in that was called Janus. And Janus is, if you loosely um, change the word, it becomes Janu, and you have the other part that is January. Okay, fine. So basically, what Janus would do is Janus would have two faces. He would look into the future and he would also look into the past. So this is the God that you would make your promises to, and basically these promises translates into New Year's resolutions. So he could see everything you've done in the past and everything you're going to do in the future. So it just made sense to the Romans of that time, and I think it was about what 46 BC. 46 BC back then, it did make sense to them that if you uh, bring your offerings to this God and you make your promises and stuff, it will they if they accept it, it will prosper you, and they will not leave you behind or forsake you in the new year. And so that's how the new year came about to be in January. And mind you, in ancient Babylon, it was a festival of 12 days. So it was like you finish harvesting in your fields, and then you go partying again, and then it was just interesting to read up, because I was like, I wonder what those 12 days might have been like, because how do you celebrate for something for 12 days? But it's just too long. However, it was all about the gods. It was all about their sustainability with the land, the water, and the weather. And basically, it flowed over, or it influenced the Roman societies. And from there, it influenced the Methodists in basically the way it spread was from Europe over to wherever people were going for, you know what they say, the mission stations. So the Methodist system then in the 1700s also took, or I guess it might have been part of their beliefs of what they had been taught. So they took over this system of giving thanks, of making promises, of basically just entering the new year with some kind of promise that's going to uh, almost like spearhead the rest of your days in that year. And definitely, the founder of Methodism came up with the term, uh, the renewal service, the covenant of the renewal service. And the covenant of the renewal service annually took place on the 1st of January. And we know why it was the 1st of January, and where the name January came from, basically, and how it came to be as such. Therefore, we are currently we see a movement from Babylonianism to ancient Rome to Christianity, and we know exactly where all this came from and how it traces back. So now it is a Christian custom, and for
Hmm.
those of you, it's just a personal thing, a personal situation to be making New Year's resolutions. It's not. It basically ended up being adopted by the founder of Methodism, which we all know is a denomination, right? It's a denominational thing, and now it overflows into
Right.
different people's homes, cultures, customs, traditions, and that's just something I thought was really interesting to look back and to see where we came from. Pumping and easy. I know that party sounds that party sounds hella crazy. Oh wow. Oh, thank you, Olajo. I'm only seeing
Hmm.
your comments now. No, it has nothing to do with being smart. It's just about reading up. Just reading up, checking out the different stuff. And also, I did fact check this from the History Channel, and they do have it on there in their website. I don't know if they came up with a documentary as yet, but I should probably be checking out the History Channel more often. But thank you so much, you guys, for your positive feedback as well. And we would also like to know from you at this stage if you have any um, New Year's resolutions of any kind. If not, what was your New Year's resolutions in the past? And for anybody who actually saw it through and was successful with New Year's resolutions, how did you get through the 365 days determined and, you know, um, disciplined enough to see it through? That's what I'd like to know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And also, I wanted to add, I really appreciate how the two was able to actually go back and research the history and the foundation on how it even came about that the people in ancient times actually first came about with the word, what was it, the foundation of the word of January, how it came about, and how they
Yeah.
actually used that as a foundation to
Mm-hmm.
establish how they were going to, thrive throughout the year, throughout that calendar year. It's interesting because we actually do it in modern day and we just call it a New Year's resolution. So I like how you put the history in there for us.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
appreciate
believe I believe that's a
it.
very
And this
important.
is usually time of year when everybody, absolutely, absolutely. This is usually that time of year when everybody starts making their and me personally, I usually get through for maybe the first couple of months of the new year. But
Yeah.
somewhere along the line, I end up dropping ball. So again, we're just coming to you guys with a pretty much open chat, just sharing a little bit of the history on how the New Year's resolutions came about from ancient times and kind of how they affect us today in modern times. And just getting feedback from you guys on what your outlook is going forward with both your personal life as well as your professional life. And in particularly like your plans and goals for the new year, I think within regards to your YouTube channels.
Yep.
This would be the time if anybody wanted to share, give feedback, ask any questions, things of that sort. Please feel free to do so in the chat. And I see we have some more people coming in. Want to welcome Shirley Cooking Stevens. She's saying hey to you and Isla too.
Hi, Miss Shirley. How are you,
Shawana's
Shirley?
Creative Circle. We got Shawana's Creative Circle joining us as well.
Welcome,
So thank
guys.
you
Yes.
guys for joining us.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for coming in to support. Latu and I have actually, this is very new. We are trying to basically alternate between his channel and my channel at least once a week, where we will come back and just share information or topics that we thought might be beneficial to us as a whole, as far as our virtual community is concerned.
Yes.
In a nutshell, right?
And and
So
the
I know
the
me personally, go ahead.
and the most common
Oh,
New
Latu,
Year's,
go ahead.
yeah, yeah, the most common New Year's resolutions that whenever you look up New Year's resolutions on the internet, the ones that will pop up is to stop smoking, start exercising, spend less money,
Mm-hmm.
lose weight,
Mm-hmm.
and stop cursing. So those were the top five. I guess everybody has something in common when it comes to those five.
I think you got me in most of those top five. Got me in most of them. That's pretty much it. And it's so weird because as the year draws towards the end, you start, I guess, putting it more into perspective on how you want to try to better yourself going into the next coming year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great that we have this little platform where we can kind of come together and gather and just dialogue about it and encourage one another with whatever goals and visions we set forth for each other going forward.
Yes, yes.
But you're absolutely right. Those are some very common ones.
And the tips that might help people in formulating the New Year's resolution was basically pretty simple things like investing. That's all for me except smoking. I don't. Says Shirley Cooking Stevens. Exercise, spend less, lose weight, and stop cursing. Oh my goodness. Yep, I think we all have one or two of those. I think we do have one or two of those in common. It's not that easy even, and I think these are the hardest things to do. That's why they are on the list of resolutions, and that's why people can relate. And
Mhm.
smoking, says Ola Joe. Okay, I can relate to that. I can for sure. And
Yeah.
what I wanted to say was the tips. Oh, the tips around formulating these resolutions. It's always best to first look at how you can get almost like a firewall, and the firewall is not to keep stuff out but to keep you in the process or the habits. And you do know that people and scientists and behavioralists say that do something 21 times and you will get hooked to it. It will become a habit. Whether it's a good habit or a bad habit, it's totally up to you. But if you've done it more than 21 times, it will become a habit. That's what I'm saying. There has to be this kind of wall that keeps you inside of this habit. And the habit we are talking about are the good habits now, to keep the bad habits outside so that you can maintain this for 365 days, because 365 days, it's not easy. It goes by very, very slowly. So that's why I'm just looking over the tips that can help people. Like the first one would be to invest. Okay, this one I don't entirely agree with, because if we take exercise for example, you can invest in exercise equipment, but when you need money for something else, what's the first thing you're going to sell? You're going to sell your electronics and stuff that can make you more money at once. So you might want to invest in exercise equipment and stuff just to get you to exercise, and then you have the excuse, but I can exercise at the gym, so this can go. Or you'll just pack it away somewhere because it takes up too much storage. So be careful about investing
Right.
and stuff. It could be a good idea, and it could be something that can keep you in the system of your daily routine and stuff. However, if you make that investment, you have to know that there was a price on it, and basically the point of that investment is to get something back and to get something out of it. Were there
Good
any
point.
comments?
Very good point. Let's see. No real comments from the chat. Come on, guys. Do share any tips or feedback that you want to contribute to the conversation. We would greatly appreciate it. We're totally here for it. And I just wanted to also add, I think that was a really good, strong point that the two made. The the part on investment. For me personally, I also think, I would have to even break that down even further and look at my financial health and just start there. You have to start from the bottom, like looking at your credit, making sure your credit is intact. If it's not intact, working on that little by little, chiseling that away, and just trying to get yourself in a better spot or position than you were the year previous. If you know you are behind on certain things or delinquent on certain things, start to pay those things down. Get yourself in a better. You may be trying to gear up to buy a home, or move up into a better vehicle or into a different neighborhood. Maybe not even purchase a home, but move into a better apartment. You just have to start somewhere, and I really think that with these whole New Year's resolutions, sometimes we can tend to set ourselves up for failure because we kind of set the bar a little too high, and we just have to be a little bit more realistic with our expectations and what it is that we set out for ourselves to accomplish. Because, like Latu said, 365 days is a long time, and it'd be kind of hard to stick to those things if you kind of make it too big.
Hmm.
You don't want to limit yourself. Of course, you want to dream big, but you want to make it realistic and
Realistic,
obtainable.
yeah, as realistic as possible to obtain those goals. Which brings me to the second point, Miss Shirley. Thank you so much for the positive feedback. I appreciate that. That's nice of you. Thank you, and thanks for.
Absolutely.
The first one was investment, right? So the first step of just helping you stay there and helping you keep going was investment. And then the second one is journaling. So you have to keep a diary, a journal, especially for those who like to read. For people who are on YouTube, you can make those vlogs that say, I started this even just once a month. I started this on January. Now I'm in February. I'm at
I'm at the second month now, and this is how I'm doing. This is how I'm getting there. This is my experiences. This is what happened along the way. And then this journaling experience can help you look back once you reach March. And when you're at March, you'll know, okay, I'm doing fine. I'm getting there. At least I'm at 3 months and I've gone through all of these challenges and hurdles and hiccups and stuff, but I'm still there. So you get to see what the challenges were, and you also get to see what your successes were when you journal and you actually can look back on that. And the third tip is to join a group, whether it's a social media group, whether it's an actual group meeting somewhere in a church, or I don't know, in somebody's dining room. You can join groups of people that can help you with certain things. And it's just a matter of looking it up. And it doesn't have to be anything serious. It can just be a social interaction of people that can motivate and that can always be there for you whenever things start going wrong. And tip number 4 is learn from others. So this part is basically where you have to go and do your own research, look up stories, look up threads, whether it's on social media, whether it's articles. It can be in news journals, news clippings, anything like that, where people actually share their daily stuff. I know that Reddit is a pretty big site for people to share stuff, but I I don't know the how do you put it, the validity of it as to what's true and what's not. However, I was not trying to confuse anyone. I was just saying stuff like that. For instance, Reddit. If there's a Reddit fan in here, they might find it interesting, and that also ties in with learning from others. Permanent Easy says groups are very effective. I believe that too. I believe that too, and I find it's a safe environment. It's a safe environment for anybody, not just on this topic at hand, but whatever might be affecting you within your life or anything that might have happened before. People who've been there, who understand, are the most supportive, and uh, just you feeling safe and being able to share without any judgment. That's why I believe you are right
Right.
about it being so effective. And then the last one I can give you is to make a promise. That's what it's all about. That's how it started. It Two of my faves says Satin. Thank you so much, Satin in the house. How are you, Satin? You're
Hello,
welcome.
Satin. Welcome in. Thanks for coming.
And a resolution basically sounds like it's a declaration that you are making to yourself. However, it started out as promises to deities, right? So the last step would be basically to make a promise. Make a promise to somebody. Make a promise to anybody. Whoever you feel um, you can hold yourself or they can hold you accountable for certain stuff. You can make that promise to that person. But keep in mind that we are human and that we can break promises at a whim. And even if you do break a
Truly.
promise, you don't have to be hard on yourself or anything. But just the fact that you took the effort and decided to go ahead, make that promise to that person, and hold yourself accountable to that, it speaks volumes, and it can lead you in the right direction. And you might just have more years to try it out if it fails. So don't worry about that. Just try and even if you make the promise to yourself, it's worth it and it's a start.
I absolutely agree. I think those were very good tips, Latu. From everything you said, and he pretty much is wrapping it up. Latu's leading tonight. I'm kind of here to support, but those are very good tips, though. In all seriousness, the personal development, the journaling, the support groups, the learning from each other, in an effort to show yourself approved, and then making a commitment to basically hold yourself accountable and follow through on whatever it is you set for yourself as far as a goal, and just making sure it's obtainable. so that you don't set yourself up for failure. I think these are all very good key points that you're making. And I think, we can all kind of put them into place in our own lives, both personally and professionally, and definitely use them as some groundwork to basically get started and planning and preparing because next year is right there. It's just a few days away. It's approaching.
About
I don't know where
about
2019 went. So
yes,
yeah, this has
it's
been good. This has
yeah.
been really good. This has been really good. Anybody want to add anything
And
to the conversation?
yes, please
We're not
do.
so much trying to talk at you guys. We're actually opening it up and just kind of seeing you guys may have some information that you'd like to share that would be beneficial to the two and I as far as giving us tips to kind of get prepared for going into 2020. Any words of encouragement are greatly appreciated. And thank you so much, Primping Ain't Easy, for moderating and keeping things straight.
Yes, thank you. It
We
does make the
appreciate that.
list. And the thing I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about before I came on was also the fact that going into the new year, it might be that some people might grow tired with their channels, as we are all on here, most of us content creators and stuff. So I know that people might grow tired with their channels and tired with the process, the whole YouTube process of keeping up, attaining this goal, reaching this, reaching that. But the thing that you have to do, if you can take it from me, I'm also a very new YouTuber. Um, I also have my days and I also have my struggles on the platform. But if I can share what I've learned, um, basically take the changes on your channel very, very slow. Do not go into it all at once just because it's the new year in 8 days and you want a new this and a new that. Things like changing your thumbnail, things like changing your banner. That that you can change all the time from week to week. That's fine. That's not an issue. I'm talking about things like how your
Right.
approach. Yes, your approach to your content, your approach to new different audiences, because we do know that at this stage on the platform, we are almost segregated into circles and silos and stuff. However, if you decide, okay, I want a bit more of that punch, you're gonna have to deal with the consequences of that, because the thing about your yes, the thing about your content is it has to be target oriented. It has to be for a very, very
Mm-hmm.
specific. And if we cannot learn to determine who our audiences are at this stage, we will not be able to make those changes. And again, I say changes should come about slowly but surely, because every single change that you make, you want to test if it's working. Where are your numbers at? And go in depth with your analytics. Do not just look at the likes, the views, and the watch hours. That's not all analytics is there for. Analytics can also actually delve you deeper into the geographical aspect of who's watching your content. They can show you how long people have been watching it, and things like peak hours and um, concurrent views and stuff from people. Check that out, play around with that, and write it down. If you have questions, you can ask people on YouTube who make it their business to answer these questions. And I'm talking about the bigger guys now who's been around for long, and they will actually be able to give a comment here and there. And based on that, we can decide what needs to go and what needs to stay with regard to our content, our audiences, the way we do stuff, and the way we choose content as well. Me too, most of all, says Miss Shirley Cooking. I guess Miss Shirley is talking about the changes to the channel.
I was going to elaborate on that comment. feel comfortable doing so, of course.
Mhm.
Because, like I said, we appreciate the feedback.
And because I just felt like throwing it out there, uh, just for the purpose of not going back and forth, making these giant, huge changes and stuff, losing people in the process, trying to get these people back again, and trying to do almost like a sort of damage control when in actual fact nothing was wrong with your channel to begin with. So that's why I'm saying just take it very, very slow. And when you depend on feedback from others, you have to make sure that this feedback is verified. You have to make sure that it's in line with policies and that it does not break any of the either copyright or guideline strikes. I mean guidelines. So community and what's the other one? Community and those guidelines. So uh,
Yeah,
it's basically it's basically our own responsibilities to make sure that we are not led astray. And I did actually see a few changes on some of the channels before I came on. The analytics are kind of complicated too. I don't really know how to read it. That's fine because what I said was you can take your notebook and you can make some notes in your notebook. And when you have people, I know Miss Forefoot, I met you in Chef's live, and Chef is somebody who reads a lot. She has been around for a while, and she can give you in-depth explanations as to what certain things in analytics might mean, and
right.
also how they affect your channel as to say is it good or is it bad, right? So I was just making an example. So yeah, I was just making an example of a person that might be able to. I'm not saying that that is what you should do. I'm just making an example as to some of the people that you know are helpful and that have given you helpful advice as well. But at the same time, we should always open up these YouTube guidelines and just make sure you read them because these are the things that's going to come back and they're going to bite us somewhere we don't feel like being bitten on that spot, right? So that's why. And coming back to the fact that I brought that up was basically just because I saw somebody's content change like almost immediately, and for me it was a turn off
Welcome
because
back, Olajo.
Mhm. For me, it was a turn off actually because I'm the viewer in that channel. I'm the person who will be sitting there, um, getting something out of it. Not just giving my support and stuff, but I have to get something out of it at the end. And then when I saw it change like abruptly, I noticed that I don't know how this person lost people. I don't know how they lost people to their channel, like in the numbers and stuff. But I think it does affect them negatively as well. Yes, and I've said so much. I will allow you guys to talk now. So sorry.
Oh no, you're fine too. You're fine. And I also wanted to piggyback off of what you were just saying to midget. That's a good example, someone being bold enough and confident enough to say, hey, I'm a smaller YouTuber, and you know what? The analytics are kind of complicated. Sometimes I don't really understand it. I'm sometimes in that same boat, and I feel like what Primpin was saying about groups being effective, that's kind of where we would like to go with this weekly interaction. We're not the YouTube policy authority, but as smaller YouTubers, we know we can't pick up the phone and call YouTube. We can't call Google. A lot of the bigger people, they're moving fast, they're chasing their bag, so they're not going to spend a lot of time reaching back to teach us, the tricks and the ways to get ahead. So just have a group where we can kind of come and bounce these questions and ideas off of each other. That is another prime example of how we can get ahead in 2020. I mean, just, like Latu said, shh, I got my notebook right here. I'm taking notes as we're talking. I go into YouTube Creator Studio and I click on the links. They have a ton of example FAQ questions and answers to the most frequently asked questions, and they can be very overwhelming to, break down into layman's terms. So sometimes if you could just come to a forum like this and just put your question out there and get it answered. And even if we don't know the direct answer, we can kind of direct you in the right place, or we can research it on our own time, or even help you with researching it further so that we can support one another to make sure we're all successful on here. There's absolutely no reason why any of us should fall into the cracks. So I just wanted to add that point.
That's a
Yep.
very good point. Very important as well, Pandy, because that's how we started, not that's how we started doing the weekly panels, not knowing which way to go and basically just have to reading it up for ourselves, coming back together again and joining all that information into one so that we can get the answers and stuff as content creator starting from the bottom up. So also for Midget, I will reach out to you, Midget, with regard to that. I will definitely reach out to you um, so that we can have a conversation because it is a very interesting topic that you have raised.
Hmm.
I would like to be able to
Right.
look into.
Definitely. Definitely. So I mean, I think this was a very good session. We weren't coming on to really like talk to you guys, so deep. We just wanted to have a conversation because the end of the year is approaching. This is around the time when most people start planning and preparing for the new year and making their resolutions and setting out their goals on how they're going to proceed going into the new year. And the fact that we are all on this platform and we all, for the most part, are content creators, we felt like it would be a good topic to discuss on tonight's panel. I appreciate everything Latu always brings to the table. He's always a wealth of information, a pleasure to hear from.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyone have any questions or anything that they wanted to add before we head out? This was a little brief one, huh? You believe an hour went by that fast, Latu?
Oh no, I don't
An
believe that.
hour has
I
gone by.
I don't believe that. It's really quick. That was really quick, actually. It was really quick.
It was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're at about 50. We're exactly 53 minutes. So we've got about 7 more minutes here that we can chat and answer any questions from you all in the chat, or hear any feedback or suggestions, or if anyone even has a question that maybe, you know, is on your mind that you think we might be able to help you out with, please feel free to share it. Yes,
But
Midget, definitely take notes. Midget says she
yeah,
okay, she will start taking notes from on. I think that's a great idea. I do it all the time. I really remember to get back to something that I'm unfamiliar with. For the longest, the copyright strikes versus the copyright claims, you know, giving me migraine headaches, just trying to figure out that
yeah.
whole piece. So different things come up. You're not always going to be able to remember exactly how to tackle it. So definitely journaling and writing it down and bringing it to a group setting like this, sometimes very beneficial. And hello and welcome to everyone just joining. We won't be on for much longer, but welcome. We appreciate you stopping in and coming through and showing your support. We're just talking about preparing for the new year coming. Yes, and
And
welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Christian
and
Raymond.
sorry, and Midget, Primping, and Ola Joe, and Michelle Cooking Stevens. They never said a word about any New Year's resolutions. I would really like to know what those are. for each and every one of them.
I know. Exactly. Even if you guys just sum it up for us in a little few words.
Oh, please, yes, please do. That might even inspire me to get one too, because I haven't even been looking into that as to for my own personal development. So I'm interested in knowing what other people are
Right,
thinking about that.
right. I've been having a little bit of brain freeze with trying to narrow that down as well.
Mm, mm. It's not the easiest. It's not the
Uh-oh.
easiest thing to come. It's not. And as much as you want to make it worthwhile, it just gets harder, if you want to make it worthwhile it, especially for the rest of the year. Pay off all my debt. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I definitely
Seems like
like that one.
StreamYard is starting to give us some feedback again.
From my side,
Now it sounds like it's coming from my side.
oh, because on this end everything is clear. But seeing that we
Okay,
don't have
good.
that, yeah, seeing that we're not going on for that much longer, I hope we can at least, keep it on for those 3 minutes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a really good one, Ola Joe.
Okay,
And
Olajo,
Ola Joe says she's getting ready to eat dinner.
enjoy.
Well,
Have a good
enjoy
night.
your dinner. And thank you so much for joining us tonight and contributing to the conversation.
Oh wow, midget! I feel like I'm in agreement with you. Midget 4 foot nothing. She said I don't really do New Year's resolutions. I just go with the flow because when I did it, it never worked out. Hmm. So I think this entire live stream was meant just for you. Yeah, please. Yes, you may ask where I'm
Satin
located
has
from.
a question for you.
Uh-huh. You may ask where I'm located, and I'm sure you have been asked this question and answered it a million times, but because I'm the queen of leg, I missed it. Oh, lagging. Yes, you sure do lag a lot. I'm I'm from Southern Africa, southernmost tip of Africa. That's what I usually tell people. And currently, I'm residing in Namibia. So yes, that's where I'm from. And thank you for asking, Saturn.
Absolutely. The southernmost tip of Africa.
And going back to what Misha said, um, it doesn't hurt to try. It's not like somebody's gonna come back and tell you, okay, you failed dismally at your New Year's resolution. So what do you think about yourself now? It does not hurt to try. I think you will even be able to see the difference in a certain resolution or a promise that you're making within the first 2 or 3 months, the first 2 or 3 weeks. You did something. You did something. It's for your benefit and it's not to your detriment. So, Mitchell, I think you can try again. I am Tashia. Thank you so much for being in the house.
Yes, welcome. We are ending, but thank you so much for stopping in.
How are you? I am
I
Tashia.
think that's my
Is it I'm Tasha?
I'm Tasha. How are you?
I haven't seen Tasha around in quite a while, but I guess that's how
Yeah,
busy
she
she gets herself. Yeah.
Yeah, she is busy. She's always working and working out. I think the last time I went over to her channel, she was getting ready to plan a trip or something. She went out
Oh,
of
I think
town.
yep, I think I saw the same one. I think I saw the same one with the free hotel or something like that. And I should still head back there to your channel to check out if you did get the third credit card. Was it the second or the third? I was like, this girl knows how to work with money. She's good at money. And
And budgeting. Yes, I love her budgeting videos.
good to see you too. Thank you
Oh
so
my
much.
goodness.
Good to see you too. Just to take it back just a little bit for you, um, what we've been going through was the resolutions, and we looked at the history of the New Year's resolutions, where it came from, how it evolved, basically coming from the Babylonian era 4,000 years ago, where people made promises to their gods of the times, and also they made festivals and offerings and stuff like sacrifices, and these went out to different gods. And from the Babylonian, it went into the Roman um, areas, and in there, the Romans basically changed the Babylonian custom of doing it in March when their crops were harvesting, or when they were harvesting their crops, and they changed it from March to January, where they basically rewrote the calendar, and it they named it January first because January was the name of another Roman god this time, who was called Janus. And Janus, they say, have two faces, one that can see the future and the other can see your past. And what you should do when you do a New Year's resolution is make a promise to this God, because he can see everything, future and past, and then um, basically it will go well with you. And that's just what ancient people believe. So that was 4,000 years ago in Babylon, and about 46 BC in ancient Rome. And in the 1700s, the Methodist people who came up with Methodism, they basically adopted this custom of doing New Year's resolution and brought it into Christianity. And that's basically what we were talking about, listening to what the audience had to say about their New Year's resolutions and how they find it. And well, basically, it has been really good. It has been really good sticking around, being with the great hostess, Pandy herself. She's amazing, guys. If you don't know it yet, Pandy's amazing. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
we'll be looking out for that,
Oh,
Tasha,
thank
for
you.
the.
I am
We'll be looking
Tasha.
out for that, Tasha. Oh, I didn't know I was that loud. Sorry,
Thank
Pandy.
you. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. You're not coming across as loud. I think I'm getting a lot of bad feedback on my end though from my side.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, it's echoing really bad. I think I'm gonna end up bringing this one to a close, but I wanted to thank everybody for coming, even if it was just for a few minutes. We appreciate it. And I wanted to mention that Latu and I will be coming between both of our platforms at least once a week. We haven't narrowed down a day just yet. It may be Saturday, it may be Sunday. And it'll alternate between my channel and his channel, where we'll always bring forth some sort of information to the YouTube community to help the smaller YouTubers such as ourselves. And tonight was just a pretty laid back topic. We were just talking about New Year's resolutions, planning, setting goals, and the two, of course, was giving his background research that he did on the origin and the foundation, and we were just sharing going forward. So that was pretty much what we did on tonight. I appreciate you guys that came out and sat and listened to us and actually contributed to the conversation. It's always nice. I am so sorry though, guys. I'm getting some horrible feedback on my end, like I'm sounding robotic. And I hope it's not coming across that way on your side.
Did Primping and Easy want to say close off? Primping and Easy, I see your comment, and you got my attention though. Thank you, Tashia. I thank you.
What thank you, Tasha or Tashia.
I think it's Tasha. I hear her say Tasha all the time. I don't know why I say Tashia, but okay. I'll get used to it. Thank you, Tasha.
I think it's the way it's spelled. But thank you. This is a new developing platform, and it's good because we both are very inquisitive. I think we like to ask a lot of questions and do a lot of research. And it's also good because it allows for us both to watch time by alternating it between the two platforms.
May or
Yes.
June?
Well, you guys,
May or June?
May or June.
What did I say? Did I say something wrong about May or
I
June?
don't know.
I'm not getting it.
Did I miss something? I don't know.
I'm sorry, Prumping. I'm not Prumping. She knows how slow I am at this stage. I miss something all the time, even when she even when she tells it to me twice. I miss it. So, Prumping, Prumping.
I am getting ready to have a trivia session here,
It's June. It's
Gemini.
June, Prumping. And you know what? She in the
Oh,
previous live show I said I'm Gemini, and she's only picking up on that now. So who's slow now? And she's only responding to okay. I was expecting for her to respond back in that live stream, but okay, fine. Yes, June Prumpin. I'm a Gemini, and you're
okay.
May. Yes, and I'm June to Tasha. I'm June, and I'll remember that. And that's probably why we get along so well, Tasha, because
Okay.
you're yes, June Prumping,
That's
June,
true. That probably is.
June the 17th. But again, thank you, Pandy, for this
June the
opportunity.
17th.
Pandy, I had so
You
much
are
fun.
welcome. Thank you.
That's basically what I wanted this weekend, just to have fun with it. And I appreciate you for making the time, doing the effort. And this was another great session. And you guys in here talking back to us, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. I hope you will be able to get something out of this, even if it's just one idea. May 23rd, says Tasha. And I did. You never saw my question. Yes, I didn't. I guess I didn't. Okay, so it's not you. It's not you. It was me. I'm June. But so you're not Gemini, but you're also in June. Okay. No, you have to be Gemini. Oh, it's. I think it was someone else who responded to you who said they were Sagittarius, right? So you have to be Gemini. Okay, we're a bunch of Geminis in here. I'm having fun learning this. Okay. So it's Tasha, it's me, and it's Prumping. And we all look alike, don't we? I think we
Wow.
all look alike, the three of us.
Yeah, we're all family.
And Satin, thank you for that
All
information.
right.
Yes,
Well, this was great.
at least I know a Capricorn somewhere in the
Capricorn,
utopia. And Pandy, you're left. Pandy, you're left. What are you? Your
Libra.
star sign?
I bring
Libra.
the
Okay.
balance.
Okay. Great to know, guys. Thank you so much for
I
that
bring the
wonderful
balance.
conclusion. I mean, is it a conclusion? It's a conclusion, right? Or I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
And Midget said she's Aries.
Okay. There, we're coming out of the woodworks now.
Aries.
Okay.
That is what the ram. Is
Yes, I think
that the
so.
ram?
Aries.
Or
No, is it the fish? No,
mm-hmm.
that's Pisces. Aries has to be. I
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Yes, I guess. Yep, primping ain't easy. That's the truth.
All
That's the
right.
honest truth. Thank you,
Well,
guys.
you guys, thank you again so much for joining us. If you guys would like to come back, I am going to be doing a trivia game night in about 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So if you guys want to grab you a snack and a drink and come on back, we can have some fun. I'm going to be doing trivia. I usually do that on Sunday evenings as well.
So that's in
With
five
this
minutes
watch
time.
time up, guys. Yes.
Five.
So
Okay.
everybody go run and take a bathroom break.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Latu, thank you so much for coming. Thank you guys so much for coming. And I will see you all back maybe. If I don't, you all have a very good night. Get ready for the work week and a happy holiday if I don't see you again. Thank you guys. Have a good night.